West Virginia Works is the TANF program administered in West Virginia that provides cash assistance, work experience, and training for families with dependent children. Qualification for the West Virginia Works program begins with an application. Let's take a look at how the application process takes place. Angie was in the office a couple of days ago to inquire about West Virginia Works. She was unable to stay to see a worker for an application, so she completed a DFA RFA-1 form. Melissa received the DFA RFA-1 form on her dashboard this morning and called Angie to discuss the steps she needs to take to qualify for West Virginia Works. While Melissa has Angie on the phone, she decides to do some pre-screening by asking Angie a few eligibility questions, such as, do you have children who live with you, and do you have any income? Regardless of Angie's responses, Melissa keeps in mind that she cannot deny Angie the right to apply, but the information she gathers can be helpful in assessing Angie later. Melissa informs Angie that she must attend orientation, and if the other parent is in the home, they must accompany her. She also schedules Angie for a face-to-face interview appointment. On the day of orientation, Angie reports to the DHHR office. This office conducts group orientations. If Angie had not been able to attend the group orientation, an individual appointment would have been made for her. But she was able to attend and so was taken with the other applicants to a conference room for the presentation. During orientation, Melissa reviews the standard presentation with the group, making sure to answer any questions that arise. This process may take a couple of hours to complete depending on the number of participants and their questions. There are several forms that are reviewed at orientation, including the orientation form, list of local services, and Part 1 of the PRC. At the time of Angie's interview appointment, she reports again to the DHHR office. Melissa takes Angie to an interview room and logs into the eligibility system. Melissa conducts the eligibility interview following all the necessary questions about household composition, non-financial determinants, income, assets, etc. Melissa will check DMV for vehicle assets as well as request verification of any other assets and income that Angie reports. Data exchanges should also be reviewed. At the end of the interview, when it appears that Angie is eligible for the West Virginia Works program, Melissa will take care of a few other items. The application, or CAF, must be printed for Angie to sign. She will also provide Angie with the Rights and Responsibilities form and Motor Voter Registration form. Because Angie is a single parent, she must complete the Assignment of Support Rights form, or AP1. Angie must also complete a drug screening questionnaire. If she scores 1 point on the questionnaire, then she must be referred to further drug testing. At this time, Angie's questionnaire does not indicate she needs further testing. Once the eligibility portion of the interview has been completed, it is time for case management and coaching. Melissa uses the Bridge form to help Angie assess her family's needs at this time. She can also use the Coaching Conversation Guide to help facilitate the conversation. Based on this portion of the interview, Angie and Melissa determine what Angie's goals are for her family. To help Angie break her goals down into more manageable steps, Melissa uses the West Virginia Works Goal Action Plan, or SSP-1A form. These action steps are then used as assignments on the self-sufficiency plan and will be used to gauge Angie's progress. The two of them will discuss Angie's challenges to self-sufficiency and any support services that may aid in the process. Angie and Melissa will both sign the SSP as equal partners in its development. A copy of the SSP and local services are given to Angie. After Melissa has determined eligibility and Angie has an action plan for her goals, there are some next steps for each of them. Angie must start taking the action steps outlined on the PRC and SSP, including any assessment testing and other assignments, participate in her home visit, and keep her worker informed of progress, including reporting all changes to household circumstances. Melissa must scan all documents into the case file, complete the application checklist, schedule an initial home visit with Angie to complete and review the WVW 3A form and the Bridge, and complete the work program section of the data system and begin monitoring Angie's progress toward her goals. During the ongoing case management coaching process, Melissa can schedule update appointments and other home visits to assist in the monitoring process. This will continue until Angie's next review of eligibility and her eventual self-sufficiency.